search thrift stores, Goodwills, garage sales, and more for possible treasures. Then I decide whether to purchase or pass. Watch what I do and decide for yourself. Would you buy it? This was my first stop, the Hope Outlet, one of the best looking thrift shops you'll see, at least outside, where they have those nice murals. Inside it's kind of a little bit dark. Lots of furniture, clothes, no interest in that kind of thing. They do always have some electronics, and I always go to the back to look at those. And there was a couple things today that I looked at. There was this, what seems to be a tuner, looked kind of broken and dirty, so I pretty much just passed on it. But underneath that was a Panasonic record player slash tape player slash radio. It did say that the phono didn't work. Could easily be a belt sort of thing. It was Panasonic in decent shape. It had the cover. It was only $5. I just questioned the quality. Like, it took forever for the tape deck to open, which made me question it. I went back and forth, ultimately passed on it. I had sold a record player not long ago that got damaged in shipping, and so I'm kind of gun shy. Then I did see this. This is another Panasonic AM/FM, but it's also VHF, MB, whatever that means, and weather band. It is a solid thing. If you could feel this, it's almost like it's heavy duty. And it's relatively clean. The battery case was also clean. You'll see in a minute that the antenna is complete and straight. And so I gave it some serious consideration. And so I wanted to give it a test. I plugged it in to see how it would do. So despite my caution with electronics and the difficulty with shipping them, I did decide to buy it. I thought I could probably get about $40 for it, so I thought it was worth it. They have a decent toy section. About 99% of it is the modern kind of stuff that I don't even take a second look at, but you will see some vintage stuff kind of tossed in there. This is Fisher-Price clock, but it's just made to look old. It's really lightweight and cheap. This was Hooked on Math, kind of like the unwanted brother for Hooked on Phonics. I did look at this. It's obviously older. It's cassette tapes. That tells you it's got to be a certain age. The box was obviously really beaten up. It was complete from what I could see. You'll see that all the tapes are in there. The books are in there. This We the People extra cassette thing is in there. There's some cards that are in there as well. They were asking $10 for it. So I don't know what you would do. Would you buy it? I thought I might be able to get 30 for it, but I thought with the condition that it's in, I wouldn't. So I ended up passing. So my next stop was another Hope Outlet. Not as nice looking as the first one of the morning. Bunch of toys, not too much of interest, but I then did see this bag of what looked to be Legos. So I'll definitely take a look at it. I want to make sure there's not Mega Bloks or their off-brands in there. There was other things in there, but they looked to be Minecraft things. The whole bag was $5. It was definitely a couple pounds. And so I thought, well, between the Legos and the Minecraft, there's probably should be okay. So at the end of this video, I will take the bag home, open it up so you can see what I got, and you can decide for yourself. Would you buy it? Saw this. This was a modern version, but it was kind of like some kind of geriatric 2-year-old. I couldn't resist pressing every single button. Maybe you have more strength than I do, but that's a little bit too much fun to resist. There was this Superfection. Good game by Lakeside. It was complete. Looked at it. Wasn't so sure about it. So what would you do? Would you buy it? They were asking $5. On to this Goodwill with the nice blue awning. Typical store, not huge. But they got enough toys, audio, CDs, some records that you'll look at, a bunch of books. Did see this Pokemon comic book, Pocket Comics sticking out. I think it was $1. So what would you do? Would you buy it? I passed. I didn't think it was going to be worth enough to go through the trouble of taking pictures and selling it. There are other toys here. I could see one of the things I saw was this bag full of, which you'll see in a second, are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I also found a second bag. Each bag was $4. Wasn't 100% sure. These are some of this stuff. You got the kids who are 25, 30 years old who are really interested in it. I looked at the dates on the figures, and there's a mix of them. Some were from the early 2000s. There was at least some from the 90s. Some stuff didn't even belong in there. Some of it was not Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I really, again, I don't know these guys enough to know whether this is, a huge haul or this is just a waste. So what would you do? Would you buy it? I ended up deciding to purchase it. There were these guys in gold and other things. I thought, well, geez, I should be at least to be able to make my money of $8 back. At the end of the video, I will unbag it. You can get a better look so you can decide for yourself, would you buy it? So I saw this, what looked to be some kind of box, almost passed by it, decided to grab it, take a look at it, kind of like the colors. Saw it was peanuts, got a little more excited, saw it was a record thing, but then saw the date on it, 2014. Obviously it is something much newer, made to look older. It's a Crosley record player. I actually looked online, it is worth something, but there was no power supply, so I had no idea whether it worked or not. So would you buy it? So I probably have to explain this one. This is a latch hook kit. It is new. It is $4 and it's unopened. I do have a soft spot in my heart for latch hooks. I got a similar kit to this from my godmother when I was a kid. It was a sailboat. I probably only got about a quarter of the way through it, but it has a certain nostalgic appeal to me, and it kind of resonates, but it probably only resonates with me and some little old grandma somewhere. So what do you think? Would you buy it? All right, so we're going to take a look at this bag of... Again, I bought it because it was Lego. As I've looked at it more, there's definitely some non-Lego stuff. It looks like it's probably, hopefully Minecraft. What will make it worth more is, again, more of it being Lego. If there's minifigures, that'll be good. If it's not Duplo, or not Duplo, I mean, like Mega Bloks, probably 6 pounds-ish, as is. But again, some of it is definitely not Lego. So there's a fair amount of Lego. That is not Lego. So I'm looking for minifigures. I don't know what that is. So a bunch of stuff. So at the moment I'm not seeing any minifigures, which definitely brings down the value. Alright, so I've done a first sort. I'll have to go through it more. It looks like the stuff over here is Lego, and the vast majority of it is Lego. So far I've only found maybe 2 or 3 pieces that were not. Clearly some Minecraft stuff. This is all Minecraft stuff. This is Minecraft sets. There's other stuff too. There's like, that's sort of Harry Potter-ish. This is some kind of ski thing. So some decent pieces. So that'll be fine. There's a bunch of non-Lego Minecraft stuff, like these figures, these blocks, bunch of little smaller pieces, some together, some not, some broken. As always in a bag like this, you're going to get some assorted weirdness, so some random wooded pieces, some pickles, pencil sharpener. So there's these things. This guy is real Lego, this guy is not. If you pop his head, it's got that hole. So that's definitely not Lego when you take off his body. So the head I'm not 100% sure about. Let me compare it to this one, which is Lego. So it's super hard to see, but this one actually, deep in there, says Lego. This one does not. So this one is real, this one is fake. Those are Legos. I don't know who these guys are. I'm not sure who these guys are. Some totally non-Lego dude. This is a Lego guy. I'm not sure who he is. So you always have to have your assorted gross things. There's a spider. Fortunately, this one's a Lego one. But then a ladybug, the disgusting bandage, and a bobby pin. So I would say certainly worth $5. And again, I'll go through it. Probably sell it by the pound in terms of the Lego because I don't think there's a set in there and it won't be that easy to figure out if there is. But we'll see, sort through it, take the good stuff out, maybe keep some of it, and see what this other stuff is worth. Alright, so here it is. My haul, that unopened latch hook kit. And here's the things I want to videotape. The 2 bags of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. So I really am not sure about this stuff, whether it's going to be worth anything or not. One bag was $3.99. One bag is $4.99, so basically, $9. I'm sort of a sucker for these Goodwill plastic bag things. I always think there's some kind of secret treasure in there, some kind of special figure piece, whatever that's going to be worth a ton. And more often than not, I get burned. I'm guessing I will at least cover my cost, but it may not be worth it. But let's see what we got here. And the thing is, I probably won't even know if they're worth anything. A little too old for this, but I at least have some appreciation. I kind of, Michelangelo, Donatello, Luciano Pavarotti, right? Yeah, so obviously not. But one thing I did see is that didn't look like there was there's a lot of figures, but there was not necessarily a bunch of accessories. So that, this guy has a belt, that's good. This guy has a scabbard and a cape. So the guys with the gold, I was most curious. That was kind of what I was most curious about. So put those guys in the back there. So here's another gold guy, and so again, this is good. So some kind of, I don't know, whatever. So let's see. So far, it's decent. They're relatively clean. Some of them have belts and stuff like that, which is good. At least one sword in there. So let me open up the other bag. All right, so this is the bag that cost $5, and it has some kind of vehicle in it. But what I was surprised at is that the figure, or the vehicle, it was 2016. So this is the vehicle. Paramount Playmates. So I'm not 100% positive that even is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, so I was hearing something rolling around in here. And let's see. Yeah, so there's a little dude, a little ninja guy in there. So that's what was rolling around. So I don't know. That's newer than everything else. Most of these other guys have dates of like 2006. I think I saw 2004, so a little bit older. This is a skateboard, which has got to be, see, that's 2012. So there's a lot of different dates, which is a little surprising to me. This is actually, pretty sure that's Lego Bionicle. Yeah, Bionicle, so that's separate. So 2014, so definitely maybe newer stuff in this bag, but there's figures. This is like a bank, maybe? Or something. There's some kind of card that goes in there. 2012, yeah, so I'm going to keep that separate because, again, they might be newer. This guy looks like he probably opens up. Or something happens. Yeah, he definitely converts. Oh, there we go. Oh, so there's like two heads. He can be a lizard dude. Hopefully I'm getting this. He can be a lizard guy. He can be whatever the red dude, Raphael. So don't know if that's good or bad. 2015, again, not old at all. Smaller guys. Oh, so that goes around. That's cool. So here's some of like the coin things. There's at least, or maybe sewers or pizzas. So there's at least 3 of those. That's what must be in those guys. Probably powered them up. There is a random Minecraft guy that goes with a recent lot, actually, that I got. Another handful of those pizza sewer things. All right, so here's what I got for $9. I've organized it as best I can. On this side, in general, is the somewhat older stuff. But I think mostly like 2006 or so. Some of this is definitely newer. I have not looked on eBay yet, so I'm going to just take a guess. My sense is it's probably not worth that much. I look at these guys and think, oh, they're gold. They might be special. They might be worth something. And this is actually, I think, a complete set. It's got the red, orange, blue, and purple, so I think that might be the most valuable set. What's annoying about the rest of them is that they're almost always missing somebody. So these three guys, I think, go together. They're missing somebody. These three guys go together, I believe, are missing something. This guy seems to be by himself. There's a bunch of these guys, and so I might have all four. Sometimes it's, again, I'm not 100% sure. I don't know why he's a different color. This guy is whoever he is. He actually is probably with this. Yeah, he's a duplicate, I guess, of this guy. The car, which is definitely newer. The skateboard, somewhat newer. The flying things. This guy, he must say something. You can just barely hear something happening, but it makes absolutely no sound. There's these three more, like, angry face guys. But again, one of them's missing. The orange guy's missing. These two guys with the slots that came with, you know, the little sewer things and the pizzas, but there's only two of them. Some of these small guys, but there's a duplicate, so there's only two. These guys, and these two are actually seemingly different, even though they both have like those interchangeable heads. They are actually different years, so I can't figure that out. And this guy seems to be by himself, and this guy may not even, probably is not a belong in it. So, I'm sure I could cover my costs, right? $9. I really would think that, I'll probably sell them in one or two lots. I do not have the patience to sell them figure by figure, which would probably be the way to get the most money. I think it would take forever. And again, just don't have the patience to box, photograph each separate one. So I'm likely to put them into at least a couple of different lots, maybe the older stuff and the newer stuff, see what I can get. If I see that there's something that is worth more money, I'll sell that separately. But my guess is if I sell all this stuff for $25, $30 total, that'll probably be good. I don't think it's worth that much. So, what would you have done? Would you have bought it? So I started this auction at $54.50, trying to kind of trick people into thinking it might be worth something. I'm guessing it's not going to work. So look in the comments below. I will keep track of what did and didn't sell and at what price. Find out if you were smarter than I. And if you have any suggestions for making these videos better, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.